Should be back on. Should be back on. Offline. Streaming. What the hell? Okay, back online. Good. Weird OBS. Anyways, let's continue reading. Following the examples and into method declarations, the first is the conventional case. The second will shift the second and third lines to the far right if it used conventional indentation, so instead it indents only 8 spaces. Line wrapping for if statements should generally use the 8-space rule. Since conventional 4-space indentation makes seeing the body difficult, for example. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, I prefer this one the most. Okay. Here are the 3 acceptable ways to format ternary expressions. Well, I go for usually either this or this, rarely this, but yeah, I agree, all are okay-ish. Next, comments. Comments are fine. End of line comments. Java documentation comments. Okay, not really care about those as I avoid to write comments. If I can, I'll express myself with code. Yeah. Yeah, that's obvious. Class and interface declarations. When coding Java classes and interfaces, the following formatting rules should be followed. No space between method name and parentheses. Right? Open brace appears at the end of the same line. So this is different as C#. This is called Egyptian brackets. Closing brace, all good. Methods are separated by blank line. That makes sense. Statements. Correct, avoid. Yes, compound statements, return statements. Unless they make return value more obvious in some way, example. I guess it makes sense. A ternary, return size, or if not, return default size, okay. If condition statements, if condition statements, else statements, if condition, for, nothing special. While, nothing special. Switch, absolutely the same. Like, this is literally C#, just Just Java. Just brackets are different conventionally. Try, catch, absolutely the same. White space, blank space. A keyboard followed by parentheses should be separated, for example. Okay, okay. Simple statements, compound statements. I'm looking at the same page, what the hell? Why is it showing page 6 when I clicked on page 8? Look guys, page 8, boom. And I'm at page 6. What the hell? It says white space and page 6. Declarations. Wait a minute. What happens if I click page 6 then? It's the same thing. Okay, it's funny that we found a bug in their documentation. Page 6 is declarations. Page 8 is a different thing, but it points to page 6. Okay. Page 9 is pointing to the right place. Okay, so that's the bug. Naming conventions. Maintain links may not work. Lala might no longer be valid. The version. Jesus, 1999. Okay. Classes. Yeah, class name should be nouns. I agree. Interfaces. Oh, that's also interesting. In C#, you normally prefix interfaces with I, and in Java it seems that they don't do that. That's also cool. Interesting way of naming things. Methods should be verbs. Methods start non-capital. Classes start. So class names are Pascal case. Method names are camel case. That's the difference. Variables. Internal words start with capital letters. What does internal words mean? Oh yeah, camel case is what they mean. Variable names should not start with underscore or $sign characters, even though both are allowed. Variable names should be short yet meaningful. The choice of a variable name should be mnemonic. That is designed to indicate the cows. Okay. The names. Okay. Constants are Pascal case in C#. Java has it capitalized. Hungarian notation. Okay, providing access to instance variable. Don't make any instance or variable publics without good reason. Often instance variables don't need to be explicitly set or gotten. Often that happens as a side effect of method calls. One example of appropriate public instance variables is the case where the class is essentially a data structure with no behavior. In other words, if you would use a struct instead of a class, Java supports structs too? Okay. Then it's appropriate to make the class instance variable public. Yes, but read-only, because structs are supposed to be immutable. Avoid using an object to access a class, static variable, or method. Use a class name instead. What? Avoid using an object to access a class variable. I don't get it. The object. Avoid using an object to access a class, static variable, or method. Use a class name instead. Right. I don't think that in C# you can even do that. In Java, apparently it's valid. Constants, numerical constants, literal, should not be coded directly except for -1, 0, and 1, which can appear in a for loop as counter variables. So are they saying you should use named values like constants instead of hard coding those values? Which makes sense, but I'd add also 100. 2 is a common also variable for mod and stuff. Avoid assigning several variables to the same value in a single statement. It's hard to read. Yes, but they already talked about it. Do not use assignment operator in a place where it can be easily with equality. This is bullshit. Absolutely bullshit. Are you serious? Are they serious? Should be written as this? No, it shouldn't. I hardly understand what's written here, but it should be 2 different statements. I guess it means that, see, that at the moment if C is 8, sorry, at the moment is if D is 8 and C is 5, if D is 8 and C is 5, I guess C will become 5 as well. Hello, thanks for the raid. I'm just snooping around with learning Java. I'm very good at C Sharp, as I've been teaching it for 2 years, and now I got a job offer to be Java instructor for fundamentals. So I'm learning the conventions now before I start coding. Okay, which I find this one confusing. Okay. I'm doing all right. So if we have, let's say, I would never write something like that. D as 7. So I assume this takes 7 and assigns it to C, and C is 7. And after this is done, both become 8s. I would assume that. I really hate when people write something like this, as it's not readable, but I'm shocked that they say this is the way to go in Java, like this is okay. Okay, C system.out.println. It did say do that. It say this shouldn't be do that, but it says do it should be written as this. So that's why I'm quite confused that they're saying it. Though this is a document written by Oracle, the official Java conventions documentation in 1999. So yeah. I would never write it, but I'm still curious about the result. And I assume, so what would you think the result is? Because I think it would be 8. Sorry, actually, let's put it more interesting. So will this be true or false? And I think this will be equals. I think this will be true. Because if I added plus, no, I think this will be true, because if I add plus at the start, I think it will then be 8. Let's see. Identify expected where. Oh, sorry, I was writing this and forgot to finish. Unexpected? Required variable found value. Yeah, what the hell? Variable expected. Variable expected. Oh, so... Okay. Should be declared in a file named calc. They don't even allow you to compile something that has two classes in a file? Are you serious? Jeez. That's so cancer. Yeah, so it is, as I said, this happens after the comparison. So if I wrote this and 8, it would be then true. Because it happens first. Yeah. So this is a really cancerous distinction between those two things. So if I write this, it evaluates only after the expression is done in the next line. And if I write it at the start, it evaluates inside the same line. It's a really cancer thing. Like, no one ever does that. But the worst thing is that people actually ask questions like this in coding interviews. So it's pretty stupid, but okay. So yeah, I do like the convention not to put two classes in the same file, but that's a bit ridiculous that it's so needed. Calculator. That's cool. That's calculator. I also like the fact that, you know, it's so like you choose a new class, like a new something, and you don't see a fuck ton of options like in C#, like text file, readme file, HTML file, and so on, so on, so on. You just see like a few options. And you don't go through another window just to create a new file. It's as it should be. Right click and here you go. Yeah, if you do this, you get some bullshit. But okay. Let's make a calculator. For those who don't know, I'm literally learning Java from zero. My experience so far is half an hour. So, but I am proficient in C#, very proficient. I consider myself... Well, I did the test on Pluralsight for C#, and my result was 98th percentile. So that means that only 2% are better than me on Pluralsight, so that's good. Okay. Private in double result, public void add. Function names are non-capital, if I understand correctly. So if we add two numbers, if we add a number, we have result plus equal a, take, why am I doing int? I don't know. Why do I call it a? I also don't know. Yeah, camel case. Result minus equal number per multiply. Practicing creating my first class in Java. Number div number result. So far, this is literally like C#, other than the conventions. And I guess the most important thing is getting the result. And does expression body exist? Does thing like this exist in Java? Expression bodied method Java. To Java, okay. You would have to declare a method outside of thing or static, then you could pass a method group to reference it. The fuck? Wait, what? Method reference. Okay, that's the other way around. Lambda expressions. Parameter expression body. Okay, so it's the different arrow. Does it work? No. Why do this to me? Shit. Okay, do it the old school way. Result. Okay. That's fine. So, okay. That's basic calculator, I'll call it. Oh, look. It complains that it's mismatching the names. I like that. Rename, refactor, rename file. Refactor. Okay. Save. Let's test it. So Java knows that the result is a class variable and not a local variable because you didn't define it in a function. Yeah. I mean, that's how C# works as well, or any other OOP language. Music forward. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. It understands it. Sometimes people write this for really specifying that it comes from the class and not local or variable. Okay. Do you need this in PHP or JS? Okay, let's test it. This BS can go. Okay. Private static void calculator test. Test calculator is a better name because it should be a noun. Calculator test. Maybe. I haven't really done much work in a while for either of those languages, though I'm ashamed that I haven't worked much with JavaScript because it's quite useful. Oh fuck. Var. Is var valid in Java? We'll see. Basic calculator. New basic calculator. Calculator dot add. Seems valid. 5 for calculator dot take 4 take 3. So system dot out dot print. It should be calculator get result. Oh my god, I actually wrote it Pascal case. So people might wonder, why am I not exposing result directly? And it's one of the principles of object-oriented programming that we do not expose stuff directly. We try to conform to encapsulation, meaning which that sometimes we don't need to write the result directly, and it wouldn't make sense if we wrote result to calculator directly. We just want to get it. So a read-only result is only available if you use a property or a method. Let's run it. Of course, we should first call it. Gotta love those auto variable type declares adding that compile time. Yeah. Run. What's happening? Yes, 1.0 as expected. Okay. Well, it's really negligible compilation time. What I would like to do now is adding a test project, but how do I do it? How do I add a test project? New project. And I'm looking for test. Test project. I have no idea, but I would like to learn unit testing now with JUnit. Java unit testing. JUnit. La la la, features, blah blah blah. How do I actually create it? Recent feeder, sure. Pictures, test suits, blah blah, I don't care. How to write a unit test. Define, okay, I don't care. I know that. Java unit testing. Okay. Crap. Build confidence, guide to JUnit. I don't care. Okay, Java unit testing project. Can you show me how do I get the code in testing called code on the test fixture? I don't care. I don't care. Using JUnit. The JUnit is a test framework. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Project. How to define test in JUnit. JUnit test is test implementation. Example JUnit test. Wait a minute. Does that mean that there is no different project for tests in Java? Huh. Java JUnit GitHub. I don't want to see the actual JUnit. JUnit example is what I want to see. Source main/java test/java source. So okay, so if I understood correctly, I'll just call this main or something like that. com.company. Refactor, rename. calculator. No, com.main, I'll call it. I'll move this to a new package. I'll call it calculator. And I'll move my basic calculator to calculator. Yes, please. So, right. So I need to import now the package of calculator. Oh no, it's com. Does anyone know why is com necessary for the package name? Oh no, I fucked it up. I completely fucked it up. com.calculator. Come on. Refactor rename. Yeah, I touched Java last time ago was when I was in university in 2013. Why the fuck is it working that way? Maybe it's fine, I don't know. Can I build it? Import calculator or com.calculator. Okay, basic calculator. Basic calculator. Okay. And if I run, is it still working? Okay. So why com? Why com? Packages name and conventions. Programming practices, that's fine. Java source file example. Java package naming conventions. Naming a package with Java programmers worldwide. With programmers worldwide writing classes and interfaces using the Java programming language, I see like many programmers who use the same name for different types. In fact, the previous example does just that. It defines a rectangle class when there is already rectangle class in Java AVT package. Still, the compiler allows both classes. Package names are written in a lowercase to avoid conflict with the name of a class of classes or interfaces. Companies use their reversed internet domain name to begin their package names. For example, com.example.mypackage. Oh, package name prefix. Name collision that occur within a single company need to be handled by convention with that company, perhaps by including the region or the project after the company name. For example, com.example.region.mypackage. Packages in Java itself begin with JavaFX. Yes. In some cases, the internet domain may not be a valid package name. This can occur if the domain name contains a hyphen or special character, if the package name begins with a digit or other character that is illegal to use at the beginning of a Java name, or if the package name contains a reserved Java keyword such as int. In this event, the suggested to add underscore, for example. Okay. (123.name.example.com) org. That's quite dated though, I imagine. Best way naming classes and packages in Java. Short answer, naming two classes in the same in the name project is not advisable aside from the obvious inconvenience. Blah, blah. Package names and class names should reflect business concepts. There should be no model view controller packages. There should be user model, user controller classes, etc. There should be no user. Okay. Model the problem, not the technology. Yes. Find suitable abstractions straightforward to the business, like the fact you're using MC. Yes. It still doesn't give a way to conventionally name anything. Why is calm? Okay, I'll ask that. Why is calm? The convention is that a programmer in given organization will start package names with their organization's domain name as a unique identifier in reverse order. This prevents namespace clashes between. So COM is short for company, if I understand correctly, right? So if, okay, super company. And since a lot of code is written for companies, a lot of packages start with COM. However, there are plenty of packages that start with net or org or other such top-level domain names. Myself, I work for a university, so my package names generally start with edu. Alright, that explains it quite well. So since I will be doing this for teaching mostly, I'll rename it to it says rename all. What's the difference? Con contains directors numbers cannot be renamed. Do you want to rename director or all packages and project? Rename all. I want to rename all to edu, as it makes more sense. Yeah, and changed neatly. So this is using, and this, sorry, no, this is a namespace equivalent of C#, and this is a using statement equivalent. It's fine. I'll be teaching officially in an academy. I think it works well. Would you? Well, I think edu would be. Yeah, edu would be. I also think that it's quite interesting to prefix it like this, but that's Java way, I guess. I wouldn't, for example, if I'm coding in C#, I don't do that. I just call it calculator or basics or training or whatever namespace. But yeah, I guess that's how they do it. Okay, so we have our calculator test that worked, which is great. Now let's create a new project. Source edu. In the example that I just had a look, let's actually look at what package is it at. And it's in com code-centric sample store service package. Code-centric sample store, com code-centric. Okay. Main Java and test Java. Main Java, test Java. Inside the source directory. Inside the source directory. And what are those folders? Are they folders? Are they packages? Are they what? Because I do like the separation of source and test. So if I put it here, it kind of messes up the structure a bit. Com code-centric sample. Why is this code having folders that are not matching, that are not really matching the structure? Wait a minute. Okay, I have clashing stuff. I'll just call this console because it is console. Or, yeah, I'll call it console or view or something like that. Console. I think I forgot to say thank you for the raid. I'm not sure if I did. I appreciate it. People are often not interested in edu streams. People more interested in watching when shit gets done. So my streams tend to be less viewed normally. For those who don't know, I'm mostly a C# developer, and I love teaching code, clean code especially. I love domain-driven design. I love object-oriented programming, solid. That's my jam. And if you have any questions regarding that, I can answer any of it. Because I was really investigating and teaching and preparing for lessons and discussing it all the time. Oh, look. Out, production, Java, CMD. That's cool. Why Kotlin though? It's weird. Had no concept of Kotlin in my project when I made it. So how does the guy actually organize it? I'm still confused. I think I will clone his repo and steal the ideas as I normally do. Open new project from version control. Let's steal the ideas that people put on open source. That's the best way to code. Pom.xml. For some reason I wrote mom.xml. Don't ask me why. Why don't I see anything? Scratches and consoles. What the fuck? Packages. What the hell? What the hell? Oh, it was loading. Okay. Let's compare it to what I have. So he created a folder. Oh, a folder. Okay, I'm stupid. So I need to create a folder, not a package. Why can't I create a folder from here? I can create a folder from here though. Wait a minute. Source main. Oh, wait. Source new. Why can't I create a folder from an existing folder, only from a root project? That's weird. Main. I assume I will be able to at least move it. I should rename this first. It should go under source. Yes, please. And delete. Yes, please. What's wrong? Does it have a suggestion? Import, no suggestion. Package console, main. Package calculator. Package console, package calculator. Why is import calculator not working? Okay, that was weird. What? Why? It is basic calculator. So why, if I write basic calculator, It's not finding it. Doesn't make sense. Can I still run it? What the hell? Does anyone understand it? Basic calculator dot all. I don't understand. Package calculator. Package console. Maybe it's bugged. Sometimes happens to Visual Studio too, because it doesn't make sense. If I specify the class that I want, it should be able to include it. Okay, cancel. What does it say? Optimize imports on the fly. Okay, all. Basic calculator, that's fine. Console, we won't test console. So we have source, and in our source we'll have main folder. What? It appears as a package. Maybe it doesn't. Anyways. Well, it looks like a package. Source. And how did he make directories? I still don't understand. Can I make from his folder, from his project, a directory? I can. What the hell? And I can from a nested one. What's wrong? What am I doing different? Maybe it's a module. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's a module, not a directory. Modules. Java CMD. Okay, it's not a module, obviously. Sources, tests. Sources. New folder. Okay, for some reason I can create a new folder from here. Main. And it appears as a package anyways. Great. Well, so be it. Calculator. Refactor. Console. I did not want to do that. Rename. Why can't I just rename it? Fuck. Okay, can I then rename this one to main.console? Okay, better. And we'll see if it works the way I understand. So I want to create a package. that is called calculator.tests. Does anyone have an opinion on programming languages such as Rust when you have or JavaScript when you have tests and the things under test in the same file? Like the source code and test code in one file. What does anyone have an opinion on that? Basic calculator tests. And let's... How does... So the question was, when you have language like Rust, you have language like JavaScript, where you have an ability to hold tests in the same file as the source code. So for example, in my case, if I have a calculator, below calculator, I'd have calculator tests. So all in one file, the tests and the source code. What do you think about that? Yeah, they do serve a form of documentation in that regard, I agree. Especially if tests are well written. But I also have a counter argument that as bullshit as it sounds, tests are optional and not a part of your code. So like, why should you couple your source code with test code? Why should you care about how tests are written when looking at source code? Though practically you will be looking for tests when first looking at the class. So, but I also prefer them separate. But I see both sides of the medal. Yeah. Okay. Well, same in C#, same in Java, but not same in, let's say, Rust or JavaScript. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Basic calculator tests. So let's look at the guy's example and steal the namespaces that he used. Test. A bunch of imports. Mock static, verify static, Mockito. I guess I'll look at tutorial easier. So Java unit testing. Blah blah blah. Assertions, assert equals. I know that I will need to use match library, so I don't want to really get comfortable with any library specifically, just the one that I'll actually use. Where the fuck did it go? What the fuck? Why? Why is it disappearing? Class not found. I guess I need to import the package. Now, how does package management work with Java? Has multiply method. JUnit. How to define a test. Import package Java. Yeah. C# has changed a lot over the years. It's C Sharp 9 that's coming out soon. So, well, what was the last C Sharp you've touched? What version was it? Oh God, that's a while. So, have you touched LinkU in C Sharp? Has LinkU been out at that version? Or extension methods? Okay. Uh, how to Google that? Uh, NuGet in Java. What is the equivalent of NuGet in Java? Let's see. You cannot call examples in this test cases. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. After several hours of following dead ends, installing Maven, customizing environment variables, and chasing down dependencies, I eventually found that IntelliJ and the project structure it's possible to add a library directly from Maven. Okay, where is Maven? And it's gone. External libraries. Scratch file. Ruby. No, that's not it. External libraries. I would imagine it would be somewhere here. Local history, new. Yeah, I have example like seen Rust doing that, therefore I mention it. It's nice that Elixir has it too. Installing Maven. So I need Maven. How do I install Maven? New Kotlin resource bundle. I have no idea what I'm doing. Java Maven. Maven, a Yiddish word meaning accumulator of knowledge, began as an attempt to simplify build process in Jakarta Turbine project. There were several. Am I at the right place? Maven Java. Yeah, probably. There were several projects, each their own and build files, and they were slightly all different. Jars were checked into CAS. Content code versioning systems. We want a standard way to build projects, a clear definition of what the project consists of, and easy to publish, jars, la la. The result is a tool that can now be used for building and managing Java-based projects. We hope that we have created something that will make the day-to-day work of Java developers easier and generally help with compensation of any Java-based project. Maven's objectives. What is Maven not? Is not documentation. Extends. Okay. Providing guidelines, best practices. Download. I think I have it. But how do I know if I have it? But it's a bit odd because you don't have it. Okay. Checksum, signature, link, binary, tar. I guess binary is fine. Okay. 7-zip extract. Okay. Apache Maven. Readme. What is it? Maven is a software project management and comprehension tool based on the concept of project object model. Maven can manage a project's build, reporting, and documentation for a central piece of information. Oh no, 10 megabytes of space required. I totally don't have that. Windows. Unpack the archive where you'd like to store binaries. I don't care. A directory called Apache Maven will be created. Windows unzip Apache Maven zip. A directory will be called Apache Maven 3. Yes. And the bin to your path. Add the bin to your path. Okay. Add the bin to your path. Okay. 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 Make sure Java home is set to location of your JDK. Fuck. Where's my JDK? Do I have JDK installed? I guess control panel will tell. JDK. SC development kit. That's not JDK, I assume. Fuck. Yeah, I'm worried too, you know. It says I need Windows 2000 and I only have Windows 10. So I'm like 1990 numbers below. The difference is outside of this world. Okay, what is Java SC? How does it compare to JDK? And do I need... I definitely downloaded this. Yeah, I definitely have this. Let's restart console and see if I'm missing anything. Yeah, it's still not recognized. Installing JDK. How to install JDK? Jira subsidiary. Okay. JDK. How to install JDK on Windows? Uninstall all the versions. Download JDK. I was there, wasn't I? Java SC. Nothing useful. On the Java platform, blah blah. Okay, on the Java platform edition, Java SC where XNOS number or code JDK. Download, yes. Yes, yes. Java SC versus Java SDK. What was the first Windows version you used? I think it was 98. Yeah, I think it was 98. I have a really nostalgic video in slides, and I would like to watch it for nostalgia's sake. Give me a moment. It was in the last lesson, like other types of testing, I think the lesson's name. Yeah. Such a iconic video I'd like to share. So we can watch it together for now as a way of relaxing. I added this video as I added this video as a way of showing what functional requirements are and how how Microsoft showcased what Windows 98 can do. So we can watch the video. It's a really funny one. The nostalgia. Look at those graphics. Yeah, Clippy. Damn. Yeah, good old days. Okay. Back to Java. So I downloaded it, I installed it. By default, JDK is installed in this directory. Accept the defaults and follow screen instructions. Use File Explorer, navigate to Java to inspect subdirectories. To note of your Java installed directory. Right, so it should be somewhere here. Let's go there. JDK. Use File Explorer, navigate to Java to inspect subdirectories. Take note of your JDK. Yes. Yeah. In particular, the update number, which you will need in the next step. Okay. This is the thing. So system and security, environmental variables. Okay, so now they're teaching me how to add a path variable, environmental variables. So what do I need to add exactly? /bin. Okay. So I need to add /bin to the path. Path new edit new /bin. Okay. Restart console. I think now it should work. CMD. Java minus version. Woohoo! It works. Good. I really don't understand. And actually I had this I mean, I don't even understand how does it work. How can IntelliJ run my Java code if I don't have the path variable? It somehow has it for itself, but not for the rest of things. And yeah, it's such an easy thing to do that they didn't bother. So I'm also confused. Java version. Yeah, did that. Yeah, okay. So that is done. Now I was reading about Maven. Somewhere here. So I do have JDK properly set up. What do I need now? What is Maven? Use. Install. Ensure Java home environment variable is set up and points to your JDK. It probably does not. My JDK installation. Does that mean, that probably means this one. How do I know if my Java home variable is set up? Well, I do know how to check it. I don't know what the value should be. There is no Java home variable. Is this correct? I have no idea. Echo Java home. That's a good point. But I think it won't work because I need to restart. Java home. What the? Yeah. Fuck. Nope. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Nope. Nope. Uh,